Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie of Stephanie's Twilight Networks. This is episode 1 of what will hopefully be a regular occurrence. I am hoping to podcast every 2 weeks or so, depending on what my other life is got contained within it in that moment in time. I would love to do it more, but right now I totally can't commit beyond every other week. So we'll see how it goes. I am a mom of 2, and right now they are not home. So I figured it would be the best time to start. I won't talk about them too often. Sorry, there was a little bit of a fluff on my nose. There it goes. Because I do want this to be focused as a knitting podcast, but they are a going concern, and it is hard to do much other things besides just them when they are here, which obviously that's kind of expected when you're a mom. They are 7 and 10, so right now they are at school, so I figured I'd give it a good start before they came home. I live in the Fraser Valley of BC. Usually around now it is raining like crazy, but today we have been blessed with a gloriously sunshiny and warm day. It is quite cold, so I have bundled up in my knits, especially in this room. We live in a house that was built in 1948. And over time, someone, not us, did some renos that cut off heat to this room, which is my yarn room. So I have bundled up nice and cozy warm. So let's get started. Today I am wearing my Frisia sweater by Valentina Bogdanova. I can never say this right. I'm so sorry. Bogdanova. Valentina Bogdanova. I did this as a test knit for her. It was my first test knit, and it was a lot of fun. She is an amazing designer, and if you're ever wanting to just try out test knitting, I suggest that you look her up on Instagram because she runs test knits quite often. Obviously only sign up if you have if you're going to complete the project, because that can be quite frustrating for designers if you're just signing up to see what it's like and then not following through. But go check her out. It seems like she releases a pattern every month or so, and they vary from color work to lace, short sleeve, long sleeve. She has a very good variety of different types of projects and different types of sweaters if you want to try one out. I like this sweater because it features a very good amount of lace for the yoke, and then transitions into some easy reverse stockinette. There's baubles in there, and her patterns are very well laid out, easy to follow, and this worked up exactly how the pattern said. I didn't deviate because it was a test knit. I chose to knit it in, let's see if you can see this, Drops Baby Merino. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Turned out like a sweatshirt. It's cozy like a sweatshirt, but I like it because you can just throw it over jeans and then it looks a little bit more dressed up. This is not the same color. You can kind of see that it's a little darker. This is for another project, but because it was the same brand, I figured that, I don't know if you guys can see it. Sorry, my face is in the way. There you go. Hopefully that worked. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, this is for another project that I'm going to be working on at the end of the month. You guys will see more of that soon. I'm going to toss it back with the pile that it belongs in. But yeah, this is the Frisia sweater by Valentina Bogdanova. You can check her out on @Valentina's Knits on Instagram, and then Valentina Bogdanova on Ravelry. I will put links below so that if you miss it, because I do talk fast, you'll be able to click below and see how to link to her patterns. But yeah, I would definitely, I would check out her designs. They're well constructed, beautifully written, worth the try, especially if you're looking for something that you can wear every day and not have to put a whole lot of effort into. It's just simple to throw on, and I feel like I love it. So yeah. The other thing that I am wearing today to stay cozy warm, is my What the Fade by Andrea Mowry. I'll stand up so you can see the whole thing. So, as you can probably see, I definitely did not go with a fade. I did not have a fade, and I wanted to join in on a knit along that was being hosted by Dyers Yarn Company. So I just went through my stash, laid out some skeins that looked like they went really well together. I tried to choose, I think it was six colors. So the way I chose my colors was I picked pairs of colors that went well together. As you can probably, I might just take this off. Might just be easier. Okay, so attempts at podcasting number 1. All right, so up here, the teal color that you can kind of see along the cast on edge there, this is, or it might be easier if I actually just tell you the single wool that is not like the others, but is beautiful on its own. So the variegated, and this is the only variegated color that I used throughout, that is by Stephanie at Dyers Yarn Company, and the rest of the wool is by at Black Cat Custom Yarn Company. So I'll start out by talking about Black Cat. They are very local to me. I can just walk to their store, which is both amazing and not so great at the same time, because I could spend a lot of time there and get there really quickly and spend a lot of money. So it is very dangerous to live that close to a yarn dyer. But anyways, lovely just the same. So I chose the main color up here out of this very large brioche section. This is one of their teal colors. I don't remember the name, I'm sorry. And then I paired that with Stephanie's wool because I noticed that her wool had a lot of teals throughout. So that was my first choice. What I liked about the variegated was there was also some pinks and purples throughout as well. So that kind of guided me as to how I was going to choose the rest of the colors. So from there, I moved into, for this brioche section, it is a lovely deep dark purple. And I'm sorry, I don't know the name. paired with a very light purple, light lavender color. And then from there, I thought that this kind of rusty, orangey brown, also don't remember the name, I'm fantastic at this, paired with this very light baby pink, which you can see beautifully on the other side. I'm going to say that I think that the lovely baby pink is actually called Mew by at Black Cat Custom Yarn. So yeah, I just kind of paired them together. I laid them out to see how they would look. And even from there, it was really difficult for me to see if I would like how they went together, because it was so different from the way that the pattern said to pair the yarn together. They call for faded yarn that transitions beautifully from top to bottom. And if you go look at Andrea Mowry's pictures of her What the Fade shawl, you can see that it is a very smooth transition. It is not like this at all. But so here's the garter section. I wanted to show this shawl because it is one of my all-time favorites. It is super comfy cozy. You need to know how to do brioche and simple brioche. There is some increases and an I-cord edge, and then it transitions into squishy garter that is, for the most part, mindless to knit. There are two sections where you're going to increase, one along the edge, one in the middle. That is it. But yeah, it is a lovely knit. I would suggest you go check out this pattern as well on Ravelry. It is by Andrea Mowry. It is the What the Fade shawl. Especially if you're looking to try out brioche, it's a very good pattern because it helps guide you through techniques that if you've never tried brioche but you're looking to try it, it will guide you nicely through how to do it, how to increase, and then it transitions into something very simple at the end, which creates this lovely shawl. So that was, yeah, the What the Fade by Andrea Mowry. And I knit this in Wool by Stephanie at Dyers Yarn Company, and then by Kim at Black Cat Custom Yarn Company. Okay, so that is what I'm wearing. Currently I am, well, let's get into my big mistake. So I'm calling this my big mistake because it is my mistake that I made on one of my favorite projects. I'm including it here because I plan on fixing it. Let's just say, if you are going to knit a sweater out of indie dyed yarn, buy the whole amount that you need. Because otherwise you end up like with sleeves like this and a bottom like this, and this is 100% my fault. So first, just a little public service announcement. Anyways, I'm gonna fix it. This is one of my favorite sweaters. It is once again knit in at Black Cat Custom Yarn. I did run out, and because we were in a pandemic, I wasn't able to go into the store, so I actually had to call them, which they were lovely and dyed me up another quantity of wool. But I didn't, at the time I didn't fully understand how much different they could be. And I thought it would look okay if I just, like that it wouldn't matter because it's black, but it does matter. So buy the whole amount. Anyways, so they were lovely and they dyed me up some yarn and I was able to go pick it up. So this is my Once and Floral Sweater by Maxim Sear. This is a good, I would say a good pattern to try if you're looking for color work or if you haven't tried color work before. And the reason is because you can really see the differences in the color, which makes it good because if you, let's see if I can find it. So I did make a mistake and I had to fix it with the, what's that stitch called? When you stitch over it with the color that you want. Yeah, nope. Nope. It's not coming. Anyways, write in the comments below what I actually want to say. So right here, I don't even know if you can see it. So I accidentally did too many orange stitches, so I just followed them back with the appropriate color wall, and my mistake is almost gone up here. However, down here on the sleeves, this needs to be fixed. So what my plan is I plan on removing the arms because that's where the yoke ends, and so you knit the yoke and then you add the sleeves on after. So this was added on after. So my thoughts is that if I remove the sleeves and turn this into a short sleeve sweater with the same ribbing that is on the waistband, it will still look good. The sleeves will look a little bit different because of the ribbing being a different color, but I'm hoping not that because it is ribbing, it will trick the eye enough that it won't be as drastic as this, because this is like literally like it's a different sleeve, or it's a different sleeve from a different sweater, and that's not what I was going for. I wanted a smooth transition, which is why you buy sweater quantity when you want to knit a sweater. So I just plan on doing a short, maybe 1 inch section of ribbing to cap off that sleeve and then wear it as a short sleeve sweater, because this sweater it fits beautifully. The position of the short rows was definitely not what I was expecting, because I haven't knit one like short rows like that before, and how he's written them into the pattern was definitely completely unexpected, but it makes the sweater fit very, very well. And then the yoke and the color work across the yoke is positioned, I would say, a lot more evenly in than in some of the designs that I have seen, when short rows are placed more up towards the neckline. So yeah, if you're looking to try color work for the first time, I would recommend trying one of Maxim Sear's patterns. It also, so I have no idea if this is the case, but it seems like a lot of his personality comes out in the patterns as he has written them. And that is something that I haven't seen in patterns and in the way that they're written before. So that made it actually a little bit more fun to knit. Yeah, I would recommend checking out one of his patterns. And of course, I have no idea what colors these are, but they are from Black Cat Custom Yarn Company, and you can find them on Instagram at Black Cat Custom Yarn, and then Max the Knitter on Instagram as well. And if you follow the link on his profile, you can link to how or where you can find his patterns to buy. So yeah, hopefully soon I will fix a sweater and I will wear it all the time. I just currently wear it under like a denim jacket or something like that, because then the sleeves are kind of hidden and the lower part of the body is hidden. I plan on fixing the body by just taking out the bottom part, like kind of where you can see that line, because this is actually quite a long sweater, so I won't lose any length. I could actually probably take it up a lot more, but at the same time, the only way I'm gonna get those sleeve cuffs to match is if I leave some of this in here. So I might just either cut here and here, here and here, and then graft them back together, or I will just pick up stitches along here and then knit the ribbing beyond that. We'll see. But that hopefully will be an update soon that I have fixed my favorite sweater. Hopefully. Okay, so what else do I have? So that's what I have to fix. I am not going to show you this because I feel like that wouldn't be fair. So I am knitting the Shellography by Stephen West as part of the Make Along, which it's a mystery and we're only on Clue 2. So I don't want to show it on here because I have moved into, I'd say, the middle section of Clue 2, and so if you haven't, or if you are planning on knitting it and haven't got to the same point that I'm at, I don't really want to ruin it for you. It's quite a fun project. I chose colors that are very, how do you say, maybe unexpected, that I usually don't work with. I chose them by picking, I actually, once again, did not want to go shopping, but wanted to participate in the knit along. So I grabbed some of my skeins that I have that I didn't know what to do with. I laid them out on the floor and then picked my color wheel up and then started kind of playing around with colors in order to choose the colors that I did. So I plan on showing it more down the road after more clues have been released. Maybe next podcast, if I can podcast probably on a Thursday, seeing how he releases his next clue on a Friday, and then I don't feel as bad because then I would be caught up to that point, hopefully. The best laid plans often fail, but we'll give it a shot, and then you'll be able to see my colors. But I have been participating in that. I would do it again. Definitely, I would participate in one of his test knits again. This is my first time in his, like, participating in his mystery knit-alongs, and they're a lot of fun. So he gives you the clues for those of you that have never done a mystery knit-along. You purchase the pattern, and he tells you the types of yarn that you'll need, not the colors, and there are no pictures as to how they're going to be laid out. He provides inspirational pictures for the types of yarn that he would like you to use. And then really, you're just going to figure it out. After you get the pattern, then he instructs on the placement and how they're going to work together. Still no pictures, but lots of links for YouTube so that you can look up the clues, which is good. I have tried to not look at YouTube, not do the clues unless I'm thoroughly stumped. I have been trying to knit them up and just see the kind of magic, and it is magic, that is happening with the yarn. So if you ever have thought and maybe not tried his mystery knit alongs, I would highly suggest it. It's a lot of fun. So I'm not going to show you that, but I will hopefully at another time. Okay, so one thing I can show you is I have been working on a new design for a sweater out of this dark green. There's cat hair on my sweater. So this is knit out of Holst yarn. I bought a cone of it. If you are looking for a good budget-friendly way to buy yarn, I would buy a cone. I got this for less than $30. I did have to ship it, but I did buy a couple of cones at the same time, so the shipping did even out over the amount of cones that I bought. I think, so these are 500 gram cones. I'm not too sure what the yardage is. Yeah, no, it does not say what the yardage is, but it's definitely enough for a sweater. This is fingering weight. It's quite rustic, but after washing and blocking it, it does fluff up quite a bit. So this is my sweater. It's just a simple lace. This same lace pattern that is in my Twilight Miss cowl on Ravelry. I wanted to see what it would be like to knit it into a sweater. I'm at the point where I wanted to add in some short rows, so I had to take a break because I have to really think about it and how I want to write that into the pattern. And then the shawlography happened, among other things, and I got distracted. So soon this will be a pattern. Yeah, it's fun to knit because the lace pattern happens over 2 rows that are very easy to memorize, and it's knit in the round. So you just pretty much, once you come to your stitch marker, you change the types of stitches that you're using, and then you continue on until you come to the stitch marker. So in terms of ease of knitting, it's a good knit. TV knitting, good knit. Trying out lace for the first time, absolutely. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, hopefully soon. I want to get some other projects out of the way until I can work on that again. Let's see. I have 2 new cowl designs. Well, one design, 2 sizes of cowl written into the same pattern. One pattern, 2 sizes. There we go. So this is, let's try it on. This is going to be called the watercolor confetti cowl. I knit this with, so the colors, I don't know if you can see them. This is a variegated yarn called Roaring 20s by Black Cat Custom Yarn, and I paired it with the same drops merino that I'm wearing right here, the light gray, for a super cozy cowl. Yeah, so I'm writing up this pattern right now, hopefully taking pictures, and then I'll release it before the next time I podcast. Sure, let's try that. Great. All right, so this is just a simple knit, good for TV watching. Yeah, and it turned out pretty fun. So this is a large size, which can be wrapped twice, and then we'll go for fix my hair. This one is the small size, and I wrote this pattern so you can use any weight of yarn, and I encourage you to experiment and try different weights of yarn together. So this one is a DK weight paired with a fingering weight, and then this one here with the main color being Black Cat Custom Yarn. I'm not too sure on the color. Surprise, surprise. Not too sure. But I paired it with lace weight mohair and in gray, which I think I have it right here. Hold on. Yes, this color. And this is Sandnes yarn. Oh yes, of course you can see. There we go. There you go. In a light gray. This one's just super lightweight. This one would be good for summer and spring. And then the full size would be good for like fall, winter. Nice and cozy. But yeah, 2 sizes, 1 pattern, easy, simple knit, and it will be called the Watercolor Confetti Cowl. All right. I don't think I have anything else to show. No. So that will be all for episode 1. I don't know what I was going to say. Anyways, I think right after this I'm actually going to film another episode and hopefully have 2 up by the time this one's up. Gray hair don't care. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to film another episode. It is going to be actually a great surprise episode. There will be, it won't go along with the same layout and stuff as this one, but I encourage you to watch because there's lots of good stuff in the next episode. Anyways, so yeah, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Happy knitting!